crafty friends, this is the Papered Chef here. Welcome to part 3 of my Season of Chic workshop series. Today we'll be working on some fall projects. I have a few things planned for you, so we're going to just use this stamp set here called Season of Chic. We're going to create this card, or similar. We can actually create a couple at once. We're going to use the Memories and More cards for this card. It's already pre-cut for you, pre-scored. We're going to cut it down to an A2 card size. We're going to use some of the specialty papers and the Memories and More cards and some of the Texture Chic paper here in the background. So that's one project. And again, I could probably make 2 of these at once without taking any extra time. We're going to also use the little treat box that you have in your kit. Those of you who purchased the kit from me, you have this. So we're going to decorate this little treat box by stamping on it. And then I thought we could even use the cracker and treat box die, and I can show you how I stamped that with some other fall colors as well. So what you're going to need are, now the bundle is in the annual catalog by Stampin' Up. Season of Chic stamp set. We'll use the thanks. We'll use some of these leaves, some background textures. Now I didn't use these ones yet, but we're going to use these probably now. And I use these other little pieces like this. So you're going to use these leaves for texture. We're going to actually turn those into stickers using your adhesive sheets. And then this little leaf here comes from the amber. Let me see what that's called exactly. Something like amber gems and leaves or something. So this is, we're going to stamp onto that. That's in your kit as well. We're going to use some neutral cardstock. I have a pile of neutral cardstock here, so it doesn't really matter which neutral color you use because by their very nature, they're neutral. That means you can use colors that go along with anything. The neutral collection of our colors, like for example, this one's soft suede. We can use crumb cake or grays because they're going to take on whatever, they're going to go with whatever background we use. So that's one thing we're going to do. We're going to cut these with the paper, and then finally, we're going to use these stickers. I have a sheet here to show. Here we go. We're going to use these stickers from the Memories and More card pack to add some leaves to your project. So all of these things are in your kit, and if you want to purchase these items, they're all at my Stampin' Up store, and I'll give you the link to that. Oops, we have stuff rolling out of my pile. Rolling out already. So that's what's in store. We're going to be doing die cutting, creating stickers, lots of stamping. It's just going to be lots of fun. Now in the part 1, I worked with winter projects, and part 2, we worked with summer projects using seashells. Or it could have been the other way around. I think I did seashells, and then I did winter projects. Yeah, so I've already done, now we're on the 3rd season, and then next time I'm going to do flowers for the spring. And then we'll just do some other things. We'll start back over and do some other projects. So there's lots of things you can do. Now you're going to take these Memories and More cards. Well, let's just get a couple of those, show you which ones look like I thought would be nice for fall. And then we're going to cut the paper. So see how all these will be really nice for fall? Now these Memories and More cards, they say Memories and More because you can use it for memory keeping or card making. The smaller ones of these are always 3 by 4. So I just thought it'd be fun to take this specialty paper that's in the Texture Chic suite, right? And I'm going to go, so that, because these are 3 by 4, I'm going to go ahead and go 4 1/4, right? So to make it an extra 1/4 inch bigger. And then we're going to go 3 1/4. So that way we have a little border. But don't go ahead and adhere this yet because we can do more with it before you adhere it. Now let's take, so for example, let me just show you this card again. And I'm going to give you a tip about this. So this little card, let's say we want to put this on here. Okay, it's a great little background. That's really fun. But don't waste this paper. This brushed gold, I've already forgot the name of it. Janet, you're on my team. Can you tell us the name of this? Janet was the first one here. And hello, Janet. So what is the name of this gold paper? I went blank with the name of the gold paper. And hi, Lynn, how you doing? And hi, Deborah from New South Wales, Australia, and Mary Rock, and Linda from ScanNCut and Create, and Maria. Hello, hello, hello. So we're going to take this, and I'm going to put this die cutting machine here, right? And we're going to cut some leaves out of it before we start adhering it. So here's our sandwich. We have the bottom base plate. We have plate number 2, which is like a thin die adapter. We have a plate number 3, and then we put the paper down and another plate number 3. So go ahead and take your dies, And we could turn these into stickers, but I'm not even going to do that right now. We'll do stickers in a little while. So I'm just going to take 2 of these and cut them out. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to make the most of my paper before I go and mount this to the little memories and more card. I'm just going to roll this through. If you want them to come out easier, you can just roll it back. But you'd only have to roll it through once. Should be fine. Sometimes you can test it before you pull them out. But see, they came out great. Okay, so these are, now we can use this piece because we made the most of it. And then you could take your little, sometimes I just pound it like that. I just drop it and get the leaves out. But you can also take a pair of tweezers and go to these little holes here and get the leaves out that way. Well, we'll get back to using those leaves later. But what I wanted to show you is that that's what you're going to do so you don't waste your paper. See that? You get the most out of your specialty papers. And now we're going to go ahead and use, I'm just going to use the Seal Plus. We'll mount this onto the card in a little bit. Okay, so we're going to put that right like that. All right, so that's good. We have that piece that we need. Now we need some card bases. We're going to go ahead and get the trimmer. We need some pieces that we're going to put in the background of this card. So let's look at the piece I used, and we'll probably find another piece as well. So this isn't fall. This one is more of the spring and summer. So this piece is good. Let's see. That's the same piece here. That's that one. This one would work really well as well. This one would work well for fall. Okay, there's some flowers. Texture Chic paper is just amazing. That might work well for fall as well. Actually, this, you know what, this would be a good border piece. We'll use that for the next border. How about that? We'll use these 2 as card backgrounds. So we're going to take our card. Now it's a vertical card, so I'm going to go ahead and leave the lines that direction. So these are vertical cards. These are going to be, a typical card is, when you have an A2 card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So then your matting on that, your first layer, when I say matting, I'm talking about layers. Your mat is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. And you can go ahead and cut 3 pieces of designer series paper at once. I'm just cutting 2, but we can cut 3. We'll just do 2 cards at once. And so now we have these pieces here. I'll put those right there. Okay, now let's take, because I really like that gold trim, I'm just going to go ahead and go, we have 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. That's a little bit of a border. And what I want to do is what I'm doing with this piece here, and we'll go ahead and die cut out some leaves from it, from the middle like we did before. We're going to use that to mount on another piece of Memories and More card. So let's get out our leaves from before. They're so beautiful. And get rid of all these little pieces. I really need to bring my trash can closer. Can't reach the trash can right now, but we're going to put that there, and there should be another metal one. I'm lifting up the machine to see where it went. There it went. There you go. Don't get these too close together because sometimes when you're rolling them in, they start getting close together and they bend, so you don't want them too close together. Just going to roll that through. And I'm only rolling it back. You don't need to roll it back, but I'm only rolling it back because it's just easier for me to reach it that way. Look at that. Falls right out. Great little leaves. Falls right out. Okay, so we have this little piece here. I'm going to get rid of these little extra bits. And we're going to go ahead and mount one of these cards in there. So now this one, it doesn't contrast, right? So that's not going to be the one I use for that. Let's try some of these other fall ones. This one would be great. It's a nice fall piece. And then this one would be great because it already has a sentiment on it. Life is better with you. And it's already a fall card. But I'm thinking this might be our best bet. because of the contrast, the colors how they contrast. So you just see how I'm doing two at once, but I'm using the same measurements and the same design. And it doesn't matter if they're right side up or right upside down. Okay. Oh, that went a little crooked, didn't it? Okay, you are out of focus. Okay, I'm out of focus. Let's move this. You know what? It needs to focus back on the table. Sorry. We'll just try that because the machine is up. It could be that or it could be bandwidth. But I see it through my camera and focus, but then again, I can barely see. I'm using reading glasses all the time, so hopefully that's more in focus. Can you guys see? Life is better with you. Okay, now we have these and we have these. So we can go ahead and mount these. We're going to decide which one goes where. So we're going to go click this one. Nope. I'm thinking that one over there and this one over here. So this is going to be similar to the one we started with, right? That one's going to be similar, and then this one it's contrasted more. So I'm making the same card. Put a little bit of Seal Plus on it. I like the Seal Plus adhesive because of these little ridges on it. Yeah, this is specialty paper. Okay, the paper, I realized the name of it after I asked you. So Janet, it's called Distressed Gold or something like that. It's specialty paper Distressed Gold. It's part of the Texture Chic suite, and it just came to me after. But it came in 12 by 12, and I just happen to have all the 6 by 6 cut because I had kits. And when I'm done sending out my kits, I just use all my little pieces up that I already cut for the kits. And the Texture Chic Designer Series paper is also 12 by 12, and you get 12 sheets of that for $15. Our specialty papers are $15, and our regular papers are $12, and then the Distressed Gold I think was only $5 or $10. I can't remember. I think it was $5 because you just get a couple sheets of that. All right, so here we go. Now we're going to take our Memories and More cards. Here's what one looks like, already folded, and I want to get one that's not folded and fold it for you so you can see what that looks like. Okay, so this is the paper we used. It was Distressed Gold. It was cardstock, and save all your little scraps. You can see I can cut leaves out of them. Here are the Memories and More cards. Okay, here's what they look like. They're already scored for you. You have some in your kit that I sent you. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and trim that one, and we'll go ahead and get one that's not trimmed yet. This is the beautiful envelope that goes with it. Now sometimes I just like to make A2 cards because I think they look better than these 4 by 6 Memories and More cards, but I just used to making that size card. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this down to a size of the card it would be for. So in other words, let me just show you this. Okay, we're going to make this 5.5, right? 5.5 the width, or I guess it would be the length. 5.5 by 4.25 for an A2 card. But if you don't do that, it's 6 inches. Well, actually, it's 6.25 because the Memories and More cards that come in this packs are 6 inches and they go in there. And so this is 6.25. I'm going to go ahead and cut it down to 5.5. So you're taking 3/4 of an inch off of it. Okay, that's what you're doing. Taking 3/4 of an inch off, like that. And then the other one was already. I'm going to go ahead and. This one was already folded, but we're going to go ahead and cut it down to 5.5. And these are pretty good cardstock, and it's also just really nice to have these textures already in our background. So I really love this whole suite. I love how many products coordinate with this suite. It's just so much fun for me to be able to create this way, having so many coordinating products. So you take a little spatula or bone folder, and you're going to fold that down. All right, now we're ready to do some stamping. Well, we'll mount these and then we'll do some stamping. Okay, so we'll put these on the cards. Just making sure they open on the right side, and they do. So you're going to take these two and you're going to put them on the cards. These are A2 cards. And I'm just looking straight down to try to center that. Gives us a little 1/4 inch margin around the sides. See how easy it is to put these cards together when you use a combination of this beautiful paper and the Memories and More card pack. that right there. Okay, so now we're going to take some pieces. Mine got all mixed up, but I had them all nice and neatly separated, but this one might already be a sticker. I'm going to show you how to make stickers in a moment. But what I need are these little pieces here. This is called my bucket of crafty goodness. And I'm looking for the things I've already cut using what's called the stylish shapes dies. Here we go. So we need some of these. Stylish shapes are pretty awesome dies. If you don't have these in your collection, you totally want these in your collection. I use them like on a daily basis. There's so many awesome shapes. And they each have little stitching around them. Love, love, love those. So let's take a few of these out. Oops, that one's already inked up. Let's take a few of these out in case we mess up. So we're going to do some stamping on these stylish shapes dies. So we're going to take crumb cake. Find crumb cake. Crumb cake's a neutral color, and it's good to put something behind the banner. We're gonna make these into thank you cards. So let's look at let's look at this as an example here. We're gonna take the swoosh and we're gonna put thanks. We're gonna put thanks on here in evening evergreen. But before you put the thanks, you want to put the little swoosh behind there. Get rid of any extra little bits I don't need. Put that over there. The swoosh is in the Texture Chic or Season of Chic stamp set. It's this swoosh that looks like that. And to mount that onto a stamp pad, you're gonna go like this. Lay it down with the flat side up, and you're gonna mount it onto a stamping block. Some of these are upside down, so I want to make sure these are okay. So now you're gonna take your crumb cake, and it's probably best to use a sponge. I have a silicone mat here. See if I have a sponge or silicone mat. Something that you want to put down here. When you're stamping, I'm going to put these on here I'm just trying to see which side is the best. One side has better stitching, so there is a right side up, like the stitching is better. All right, so anyway, let's get this. We're going to get the ink off of this. Oh, nice. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to test it onto the mat. But not only that, when I'm using this on as a swoosh in the background, I don't want the crumb cake to be so dark. So I'm stamping off and then I'm stamping on. Okay, stamp off, stamp on. Wax off, wax on. Okay, see, I got my little swoosh here in the background, but I didn't stamp it with crumb cake directly. I stamped the crumb cake over here first and then onto here. We're just doing a few so that we have them done, right? Because I need 2 for the cards, and then I just have an extra one. Maybe we use it for the box. Depends on if I use a sticker for the box. There we go. And there's our swooshes. Now we could take our crumb cake and shut it, and we need evening evergreen for the word thanks. Open up evening evergreen. Put these all right here, and you're going to mount the word thanks, which I thought I just took it out of the case, but maybe I didn't. I think there it is. Okay, thanks, you're going to put it flat side up, mount it on, and again, test, tap, tap, tap your ink. Oh, that came out nice. Okay, so we're going to put thanks in the middle. Now, if you don't have the stylish shapes dies and you're just watching this, then you want to get a little, make yourself a little banner using maybe the retired triple banner punch, or just make yourself a little rectangle, cut yourself a little triangle in the end of it, make yourself a little banner, or, rectangle will do. Okay, those are good. We're good to go. Closing the evening evergreen, which is one of the coordinating colors of the suite. Putting that stamp block way over there so that it doesn't get on my things. And so now we're going to do some die cutting, and we're going to do some working with the adhesive. So this piece here, this is a neutral color. We're going to make this really cool texture background, which I love. And then we're going to make some of these into stickers, some of these little leaves. So that's what's on the agenda still. we have, and then we're going to work on the little box, do some more stamping. And there's something else as well. And of course, at the end of every video, I show you all the projects I created using this suite. So let's start putting our little things together. So this one's not going to be a sticker because I want it to be, see, I want it to kind of hang up there, right, and stick up a little bit. So I'm not making it into a sticker. So you're going to take out a piece of your neutral cardstock. Any neutral cardstock will do. I've already used soft suede on that one, so let's do one with, let's just see how this one might look good over on this card, like a gray. This would be an early espresso, would look good. That's the one I've already used. Let's see. That might be Sahara Sand. Bottom line is you're just taking neutral colors, and you could also use your petal pink piece, but we're going to save that for something else. So I'm just saying take one of your neutral colors from your kit. Here's another one. This is like, I think that might be Sahara Sand. That might be gray granite. Either way, I just wrote neutrals because everybody got different neutral colors. Not everybody got the same exact neutral little swatches. I'm going to put this on here like this. See, you have a piece ready to cut, and I'm just going to crank that through the die cutting machine. Same sandwich as earlier, as we talked about before. And I am going to run that through twice because I really want that to pop out easier, right? And if you want it to be flat, and then you would make it into a sticker, but I wanted it to stick up. Oops, sorry. I'm bouncing. Trying to get it to come back. Come back. Okay. It almost went all the way through. It could have been, I think I might be able to do two at once. It might work better. Let's try two at once. It's for it to be tighter. Oops, little hitchhiker. This guy's hitchhiking. The little leaf's trying to get in there. Now, one thing I usually do, but I forgot to bring it, is like wax paper. And you could put like a little, just to give it more pressure, a little piece of wax paper. It helps get the intricate dies to come back out of the dies easier. Now that one's gonna work, the one over here. I could still pop some little things out of it, right? But it's a little bit too much work to pop the little things out of it. And I want them to pop out a little bit easier. And there's something called a die brush, which we sell, and it's at least one of these should be good, the top one. The die brush is like helps you get all the little bits and pieces out of things. Of course, I didn't bring the die brush right now, but look at how beautiful that is. That little piece of texture. And this is, I'm pretty sure this is the early espresso. So you can get your little tweezers, poke out the little bits. And I think I might just share this piece. I think this piece is big enough where I can use it on two cards. Because all I needed to do was be behind the little thank you thing. And lots of little... Oh, and I recently discovered, I mean, you guys have been telling me about this for a long time, but I recently discovered this little Post-it note tape. So let's see if that helps me. I've been using it for die cutting all the time, this little Post-it note tape. Get the little pieces out. But like I said, there's a little die brush. All right, so now let's put these on there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. And just use it on two cards just because it'll save us time. Okay. And we're gonna do something like that. And we will go ahead and, you just need to like put it down with something like a little, like real quick like that. Like a little piece of, because you're gonna use dimensionals anyway on the thank you. So you can do that. And then on the thank you, on the thanks, you're gonna use dimensionals behind there. So that's just a little bit to hold it there for now. So you want the large Stampin' dimensionals, not the small ones. Okay, I'm just gonna put a couple like that on here. And I'm not worried about these little dots until I see where this goes. because then I can pop those dots out. So this, yeah, I do need to pop them out. So if it was going to be covered anyway, like I'm not worried about getting the little pieces out of the inside. That's going to be covered up anyhow. All right, there we go. And now we got to do our leaves and our textures. Cool. I probably have a bunch of these cut already, but not handy right where I'm trying to, right where I need them for the video. So that's good. And we're going to put a piece over here on there. Same thing, put a little piece of adhesive down, put that down, put a couple dimensionals, and put one of these thanks on there. You see why it's called like texture chic, right? When you have all these like really cool textures coming out. Now we need some leaves, and we're going to show you how to make stickers now. And we're going to still use these. We'll use glue on them, but I do want to show you how to make stickers. So what we need is what's called an adhesive sheet. You have some of these in your packet. They look like this, and they come apart, so you can take the adhesive off of them. And there's double-sided adhesive on them. So you're going to take these pieces of adhesive and you're going to put those onto your paper. So let's use this paper here. Okay, you can use your designer series paper or whatever you want, but let's just go ahead and use this. We'll make leaves this color. So what I've done is it's double-sided adhesive. And so now there's still a piece of adhesive on this side. We're going to go ahead and die cut. I'm just going to put the leaves down there, run them through the machine. They should be laying here. This is what my little magnetic bowl is for. I'm supposed to be using my magnetic bowl. Let's see. I'm going to put these up, but here's 1, 2, 3. There should be one more. And you always want to find it before you start running it through your machine, because there it is, because you don't want it to be stuck in your machine. So I'm going to put these down on there so you can see that in the video, but then you won't get to see the whole thing in the video because I don't want to move the machine too much again. So I'm putting that down a little bit away from each other, so they're not too close. If they are too close, you want to use tape for them. Go ahead and put that extra top on the sandwich. And I'm going to go ahead and run that through. I can bring it closer a little bit. Oops, they already got. I can see what happened when I slipped. They've already slipped, so this is a good lesson for you. Don't let them slip. Those will get ruined. Your dies will get ruined. They'll start overlapping each other if you let them slip on top of each other like that. So try not to move your machine when you're cutting it, because unless you use tape to hold your dies down. Okay, so there we go. So we're going to use these stickers that we made. And we're also going to use the ones that we made earlier. So I'm going to show you with and without stickers. You don't have to make stickers. It's just one of the techniques I wanted to teach you about in this series, because whenever you have dies like this, they just lend themselves to making stickers. Okay, let's find our cards and just see where we're going to put these. So we have this we could put right here. This would be a nice one. So it's just a sticker. You're just going to peel it off and slap it on. Voila. How cool is that? It's done. It's already done. And then this is a sticker. And it helps you. You don't even have to poke out the middle parts, because when you have a sticker, the middle parts just fall right out anyway. You just need to find one of those little holes so that your die pops out, see? Then when you peel it off, you don't have to worry about poking out the middle bits. Look at that. So easy. And we're going to put that one over here. Oops, put that one down. Put that one down there. Notice I'm just using contrasting colors and things like, light on dark, dark on light. We'll put one of these on the other side. These are all going to go with your fall theme. That one over here. Was that a sticker? I don't remember if this was a sticker or not. This is from the other day. Oh, it's a sticker. Yay! Okay, that's another one. We're going to put that over here. I'm just putting the dies back into my little magnetic bowl. Okay, now, so in my magnetic bowl, I have a couple of these other ones. So let's use a couple of them, but we just have to use glue because I didn't use the sticker paper, which is fine. And so we have this Tombow multi-purpose liquid adhesive, right? And you just go, well, I shouldn't say just go because it has to, it might be a little clogged. This one might be on its, are you on your last leg? I think it's on its last leg. Yes, it's clogged. Okay. Too much glue came out of there. So in other words, but I would normally just, I'm just going to use that pile of glue later. I would just go like this with my little fine tip. And put a little bit of glue on there. Of course, a big old blob came out. So let's take this gold one and put it up here. And we'll do, what's this one? We'll put this one somewhere. And of course we have our memories and more stickers we can use as well. Put this one over here. I hope you can see that. That was a little bit, glue's coming over off the edges. All right, so you get the idea. And then you're going to take your memories and more stickers. Oops, just got glue all over my card. Lovely. Okay, let's do something with that glue. Let's put this over the top of it so I stop landing in it every time I turn around. So we're going to take this little piece and we're going to put a couple of little stickers on it. So we can take these little stickers, right, which are from our Memories and More pack, and we can just peel those off and just put them on your card as well. Now you have the nice little gold accents. Isn't that fun? This one already has a lot going on, but why not do some more? Why not put a sticker on it too? Stick that under there. Okay? So just decorate and layer. This is called layering a card. What I'm doing right now is I'm layering up the card. You know, just take your little, this has so much going on already with the little sides, but you get the idea. So then you can add your bling and you would be done. So like add whatever bling from your kit. I'm just going to grab a few of these little, you have different bling in your kit than I'm using right now, but maybe, you know, some pearls or some, I'm just using these things called brushed metallic adhesive back dots. And by the way, our brushed metallic cardstock is one of the freebies right now. Our brushed metallic cardstock. I love it. It's one of our celebration freebies. You can get a pack of it for free when you spend $50 at my Stampin' Up store, along with loads of other items you can get in August. But that's how to add some bling to your card. And now those projects are done. And now let's do some stamping for the box. We can still use some of these other pieces as well. I'll show you these again at the end of the video. I'm just clearing the deck and I wanted to make sure that I didn't have any glue all over me. So now what I want to do is show you how to stamp this box. Okay? And I just need to get rid of some of these little pieces so they don't stick all over us when we're trying to work. And of course, very messy crafter, as you can tell. But it's because I'm having fun, fun, fun. Okay. This is what I need to do is just grab, I just need to grab a trash can closer to me. Okay, I'm back. I put back on my microphone. Now I can just dump this all right into the trash. Well, some of it's getting stuck right on there. There we go. So now we're ready to stamp. So we're going to take whatever you want to decorate. So that you can use your cracker treat box die. But I'm going to use these retired boxes, and they were in your kit, or one of them was in your kit. It's called Sweet Little Boxes. So basically, whatever you're going to stamp, make sure it's flat. We'll go ahead and do two at once because why not? That's how I roll. We'll do 2 at once. So sweet little boxes were retired. If you like something, whenever you like something, get it, right? Because you never know when it's going to retire. That's the thing. All right. So hi, Yvonne. You're not late to the party. It's all good. Hello, Melissa from San Antonio, Texas. Thank you, B. Pre. I hope you're in focus now, Maria. I hope that's all good now. I hope nobody else said it. So I'm thinking it was definitely your bandwidth or my bandwidth. Okay, Melissa I said hi to, and Diana and Terry. Denise, hello. Hilda, hello. Chris. Dryer sheets. Yes, thank you, B. Pre. I should have used dryer sheets instead of wax paper. Or actually, in addition to wax paper, dryer sheets are a great trick to use between. And actually, you can save these little pieces here, the one I just used to cover up my glue. Save those little wax paper pieces because they can be good for intricate dies as well. Okay, what we're doing now is we're using colors that are part of the suite, and then I'll show you something I did that wasn't part of the suite. So we're going to use Mango Melody. I like to start with my lighter colors because then I can go to the darker colors of ink. So that's what I like to do. We're going to start with Mango Melody. Then we're going to move on to, let's see what else we'll use for this. Let me see what I use. Oh, we're going to use Crumb Cake next. Crumb Cake is a neutral color, so you can use it with the suite. Even though it doesn't say it's part of the suite, we're still going to use it. Then we're going to move up to a darker color that's part of the suite. Soft Succulent. It's one of the in colors. And then finally, we're going to end with Evening Evergreen. So that's the order we're going to go in. So let's just do this. If you want to follow along with me, we're going to start with the Mango Melody. We're going to open it up. And we're going to get our 2 leaves. The 2 leaves that are pretty cool. Like one is, hold on. Sometimes this isn't, you need wax paper for this too. So anyway, your 2 leaves are textured and not textured. So I'm just going to kind of alternate between the 2 of them while we stamp around. Hi, Chris. All right. Thank you for joining in. You're never too late to the party. So let's use, okay, this is the thinking of you. I'll put that up there. I'm going to use this stamp, this leaf here. And I'm going to use the bigger stamping block. And this leaf here. Okay, so I'm going to take a bigger stamping block. Actually, nope, I'm going to use my stamping. This is one that was engraved, but I'm going to still use it. I'm going to use the stamping block because it's a stamping block D, and it's a typical stamping block. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to stamp twice on here. So you're going to go stamp once, right? And then you're going to stamp again like this. So that way you get the ink. You get 2 shades of ink out of each one. And then, so you're going to stamp on. It's called first generation stamping. And then this would be called second generation stamping, like that. Okay, now we need some of this color in the middle. This is Mango Melody. Each time I'm turning it, okay, about 5 times for each color, because there's 2 different kinds of stamps. So I already did the one stamp, and we're going to go do the second one over here. Okay, let's do that again. 1, 1, 2. And stamp on. Okay, so stamp on, stamp off. Okay, now we're going to use this. We're going to do this one next, but this one is kind of a filler. So now we're going to take our Crumb Cake. Leave this open. Put that off to the side. Leave that open because we're going to get back to it. Crumb Cake next with that same stamp. So we got to get rid of this ink. So there's a couple ways you can do it. One is kind of rub it on your hand, tap it on the mat. That's one way. Or just a quick way I like to do for videos is just a baby wipe. Okay, and then I'm not using, I didn't use the baby wipe too much because just make sure I get the color out of there. Okay, good. Putting these back. So now, Crumb Cake. So we're going to go Crumb Cake. We're going to, I don't want these to be as dark, but so we're just going to, the darker ones I'm going to put like on the side, and the lighter ones sort of in the middle. So I'm still going like off on. Right, but I'm doing the darker ones off to the side. So maybe like dark over there, and then light here. Okay, that's good enough. Do some Crumb Cake over here. Dark off to the side. Something got under there. Oops, see? Talk about messy. Where'd you come from? Thinking of you. Just hitchhiked under there. All right, dark, and then light. And dark. Okay, now we're going to get rid of the ink. and move to soft succulent, but keep that one open. We're going to need it again for the other stamp. Oh, that one opened easy. Thank you, soft succulent, for cooperating with me today. All right, we're going to go soft succulent. 1, 2. We'll just do 3, 4. We'll do 3, 4. Here, 5. Do 5 of those. 1. Each time I'm flipping it around. Okay, good enough. And now evening evergreen. This one I want to definitely stamp off before I stamp on here because it'll be way too dark if I don't. So I'm always, for that one, I'm stamping off and then onto the box. Oh yeah. Nice, nice, nice. You can see why these colors coordinate, and you can see how they coordinate so well together. Nice fall colors. Now we're going to bring this back, and we're going to use the filler stamp. We're going to wipe this off. Actually, I better wipe it off a little better because I'm done with that one. So I'm going to put it over there, and we're going to take this stamp. This is what I call like a texture stamp. We're going to put that up, flat side up. And now, again, I'd like to start with Mango Melody. So tap onto there. Okay, good. Now we can just start coloring it in. So this is a light color, so I can go ahead and fill it in wherever I want, stamping a couple times. Okay. Nice. I got like stuff sticking all over the place. There's glue everywhere. Every time I lift this box up, it's sticking to something. But you get the idea. Okay? We're done with Mango Melody. Mango Melody. And we're going to use Crumb Cake next. Wipe off with the baby wipe. Stamp off. This one I don't want it to be so dark. Again, I don't want Crumb Cake to be so dark, so I stamp off onto my mat. And look at that nice filler. Stamp down, stamp on. If I'm going too fast, just let me know. Because everything is going to always look different. No two projects will ever be the same. Okay, second color. Close that. Something's sticking on there. Ready for soft succulent. Wipe off the stamping block. Okay. And because it's a filler, I'm going to go ahead and stamp off the soft succulent before I stamp onto here as well, because I only want this to be a texture for the background and not overpower the more detailed leaves. Just kind of look at where you need color fill in. I would probably normally do, if I was going to make a bunch of these as little gifts, like maybe, you know, a classroom set or coworkers, I'd probably do 10 of these at once. Just like I make my designer series paper at once, all at the same time. Close that. And lastly, evening evergreen, which is, you don't have to clean off between soft succulent and evening evergreen because they're from the same exact color collection of in colors. So you really don't need to clean off between them because they are like really almost like shades of the same color. Okay, so there you go. And now we'll do this one. Kind of looks like we just created our own designer series paper. And we will in this, hopefully, I won't say promise, but in this series I have planned a baby wipe technique for you, where we do baby wipe our own card backgrounds using the baby wipe technique. Go ahead and let's put some in the middle. Okay. My little thing's trying to slip away because I didn't use the adhesive side. I used my Brother label maker. I have a Brother label maker. I love the Brother brand. I have ScanNCuts, label makers. But I didn't take off the adhesive for this because I changed my mats so much, the little stamping mats. So anyway, it's popping up. All right, that's good now. A few little things were sticking to me, so let's see if I can't cover that up with something so it doesn't keep sticking to me. All right, now we're gonna just see what's on my hands here. Okay, good. I think I'm good. And I can close the boxes and show you how easy these are to close. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold along all the score lines, right? And you're gonna put candy in the little boxes, but we're gonna just fold along score lines like so. And fold up here and fold here. Yeah, all kinds of stuff stuck to it, but that's all. It's all good. Nobody's gonna see the inside of your box. And you're gonna put wrapped candy anyway. You know, you should put wrapped candy, not like. So I do one side at a time because this 3M adhesive is so strong. And when I tried to do both sides before at the same time, my box became wonky and lopsided. So there we go. Okay, get in there. Get it to seal. Okay, so there you go. Now we're going to shut the box and then decorate it. And then, of course, add your candy. But I'm waiting until Thanksgiving, so I don't want to have my candy in there yet. But you can fit Smarties, Hershey Nuggets, Mini Mentos, all kinds of stuff. M&Ms if you want them to shake around. Let's see, Smarties, Skittles, a gift card, money. I always get asked, what do you put in your boxes? Like whatever you want to put in your boxes. Love notes. Notes of gratitude. Maybe you want to tell people why you are thankful to have them in your lives. So put a little note inside. Put a note card. Put a tag. But if we're talking about a grandkid or a niece or nephew, money is your best. I mean, they love money in there, in the box. Looks like we got some spammers coming into the group. All right, so now I'm going to get out some twine. So I'm going to use linen thread. I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to take a piece of linen thread, like this is going to be the part for my bow, and I'm going to go around like twice. Let's see, something like, wait, let's go up, around, up. So like I'm going to cross it like that and over. Yeah, something like that. I'm just going around twice. Wait, thought I crossed it over. Hold on. Let me just chop off a piece and then try to figure out if I did it to the other box. Oh yeah, that's right. On that side, it crosses on that side, but on the other side, it does look normal. All right, so I went like, so that's the front. So around. Wait a second. Da, 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 like that. Okay, something like that. I just went around a couple times. Make a little bow. I'll finish off the second one at the same time. I mean, I'll tie the second one as well. So I'm tying a bow, like an actual knot that you're going to have to probably cut off because it's linen thread. Really tight. Get it in there. All right, now I let that kind of be like some texture as well. So that kind of hangs out in the background. I've made the real big bows because we're going to cover those up with this leaf. So we're going to take the leaf from the Amber and Gem combo pack, and we're going to go ahead and get out this this stamp again, this one, the one with the really cool leaves, and we'll go ahead and get out Mango Melody again. Okay, and let's see if we can find a stamping block that's not too dirty. All right, this will work. I'm just going to use the other side of this for now. So I'm going to mount this onto the stamping block, put that flat side, just so you can see this better. We'll move this one out of the way. Tap, tap, tap. And I'm just tapping onto there. Now let's go ahead and get my sponge. I'm just using a sponge or a piece of silicone. So no, actually, we better not. I'm going to get ink all over it. All right. So now what I want to do is just sort of, I just want to put some texture on this. So I'm just taking this and putting texture, not quite right in the middle, but just sort of around the edges of it. So it's a light color on a crumb cake background, but it's just kind of a fun thing to do. All these little details matter. Now we're going to take Thinking of You. That's why I had this out. I knew there was a reason I had that one out. We're going to go ahead and mount that. We're going to use Evening Evergreen. For the sentiment. Open that up. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my sponge because I have a sentiment. And if you don't use your sponge, your table, thank you, Chris, for reporting the spammers. Your table gets wonky if you don't, so if you don't have the little sponge under it and your table's not exactly flat. I couldn't really fit this across, so that's why I did Thinking of You at sort of an angle. We'll do another one for the other box. You probably could fit it across, but I just did it at an angle. I just thought it looked cool. And then for my twine, I used a different twine. I used the Evening Evergreen twine. But we'll go ahead and use the same linen thread, because that's what I just happen to have like right here in front of me. But this is Evening Evergreen to put the little bow on it. So I'm just making another bow on this. And I didn't want to tie it with a bow because I didn't want it to like dangle. Because when it tends to, when you dangle things, they tend to flip upside down and then you can't see them. That's my luck anyway when I try to dangle a tag. So instead I'm just using a dimensional to hold this tag in place. So we have a bow on it and we also have a bow underneath it. So then there's like some twine sticking up underneath it. So make a little bow like that. See, isn't that cute? And then we're going to put that right there. And we're going to get the dimensionals. I'm just going to use mini dimensionals. Yeah, like that. A couple little mini dimensionals to kind of spread them out. Okay, let's make sure that's the top. Let's see which one's the top of the box. Where's the top? That's the top. So that's, just check which way the box opens. That's the top, so you have it facing up. And you put that, see, move that one around so it's kind of sticking out. See, over that side. Boom. Cool, right? So now more textures, more twine, and you can use the Evening Evergreen. The Evening Evergreen is retired twine. It's from the Hey Sports Fan suite. And the linen thread is not retired. You can get the linen thread now. So, and you can use whatever twine you want. Maybe you have some soft succulent twine or some of the evening, I don't know if we had twine soft succulent, but maybe you have some of the Evening Evergreen ribbon. Okay, so use that. All right, now let's see, let me look at the time. Oh, good, there's time to do one last cracker treat box. If I have it already. Well, if not, I might just show it to you. Let me just see if I have one cut. Because if not, I don't want to cut one. I can just show you. I always like to keep my videos under an hour, so. Okay, what I'm going to do is instead I'm just going to show you and I'll talk about the colors. So every time I show you the video, every time I show you any of this part of my series, I like to always show you something that I created with the cracker treat box, because I've been trying to do a cracker treat box. It's another die we have, and I do one for each season. So I want to show you the one I just made with some fall colors. I didn't use the colors we just used now. I used some other colors. Okay, and so I'll show you that. So I didn't put the sentiment on it yet. So for this box, cracker treat box, I used the same leaves we just used, Cajun, but I used Cajun Craze. I'm going to show you the ink. Okay, Cajun Craze, because it's a nice fall color. And that coordinates really well with Pumpkin Pie. Okay, Pumpkin Pie. And of course, our neutral color of Crumb Cake. So I used these three colors, and I stamped it. Just using the same technique as I just showed you for making these boxes. Look how different that looks. So just use the same technique I taught you just now, right? Use it with other colors, and look how different it comes out. And of course, if you want to take your blending brush, which I planned on doing, but no, We don't want to do, you could take your blending brush and do all this around the edges if you want. Then you can take your little stickers. Actually, you could take one of these. They would go cute on there. You could tie it. That one you would tie and let it dangle probably. Tie it on there if you want it to be sideways. But in these sticker packs for the memories and more cards, I'm pretty sure there was like a thank you or something. I don't know where my little stickers went. Here we go, here we go. There might be one that matches. Or there might be, oh, you could probably use one of these little guys. Let's see. Let's just see it. Let's do Cajun Craze. Let's do a Cajun Craze thinking of you. See how that will look. I'm just trying it. Not sure how this is going to fit. I think it's going to fit. And I'm using Cajun Craze as opposed to Evening Evergreen because it's going to coordinate with the little project I have. Let me close this up. So these little stickers have little banners already made for you. Bada boom, bada boom. Let's find the part that's the back. That's where the seam is, so I'm going to call that the back. That's where the little bows are. I'm going to call that the front. And we're going to go ahead and put Thinking of You right on there with one of these stickers. So you have all the things you need to make this box, except for the dies, of course, but you can get yourself the dies. I'm trying to get it centered. It's stuck. I'm stuck on you. It's stuck. So it's stuck and it's going to stay right there. Yeah, believe me, once you put this down, you can't move it. That sticker is super, super strong. But look how cute. So that's, and then you can, of course, add your bling, add your little leaves if you want, add extra little things. All right, so now that I've shown you that, let me show you the rest of the projects from part 1, 2, and 3, and let me finish saying hi. So this is what we made today. I was going to bring back the cards. This is part 3 of the workshop series. Hello, Pat from Alabama. If you just came in, we created this card here. And we created these 2 extra cards, these thank you cards, using the Memories and More card pack. We made an A2 card. I'll rate the measurements later in the description of the video. But the Memories and More cards are 3 by 4, so we made this an extra 1/4 inch. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then this one was 5 1/4 by 4. So thank you. Okay, Chris Hardy, thank you for your comment. Yeah, the leaves make great sentiment labels. I love those leaves. I ordered a bunch more because I'm going to put them on everything Yvonne. I already love that they're die cut for me, and it saves me like no time. It saves me all that time. I love it. And hello, Kathy P. And thank you, Mary Rock and Melissa and Lynn. Thank you for your comments. All right, cool. Now I'm going to go back to part 2? Okay, part 2, I believe. We just finished part 2, and that's when I did the winter project. So I think I started out with the shells, and then I did the winter projects. So this was winter projects part 2 of Texture Chic. And in that part 2, I showed you how to create these little tea holders. These are called matchbook tea holders. So if you missed all that, I wrote all the measurements out on the mat. We made these together, these winter projects. Okay, these are all these little stickers from the Memories and More pack. Okay, matchbook tea holders. We made these cards using the Memories and More cards. Then we die cut out the little snowflakes. So we made a couple of these cards. Actually, I already had one made. Okay, and then the funnest part of that, hope I'm not getting glue all everything, were the sticky note holders. Okay, sticky note holders. Okay, here's what they look like. We used Velcro. Velcro was in your kit. And we used the die cut pieces. Made some sticky note holders. Okay, that was our winter projects. I also said that every time I do a video, I show you something using this little cracker and treat box die. I'm trying to decorate them for all seasons. I think that's really fun. So I've decorated with the snowflake stamps. So you can see how versatile this is. If you don't already have Season of Chic, it's the one thing that you would want to get from the annual catalog that you can use year-round, and it's going to really get your money's worth because it has so much to it. And then I'm now going to go to part 1. So that was part 2, this one, the winter, and then in part 1 I did the seashells, and we made some gatefold cards, and that was the cracker and treat box I made with that. And then I'll give you a sneak peek of next video last. Okay, this is the gatefold cards we created in part 1. I used Evening Evergreen. I used linen thread. We put the linen thread under the gatefold card, or the Evening Evergreen twine, and put it under the paper, under the DSP. We die cut shells, we stamped on it, we made stickers. We also used the stylish shaped dies, and there's a little bit of stamping inside of the card as well. I'm just not going to keep untying it. So that was shells. And then next time we will work with flowers. We'll do a few flower projects, little sneak peek of a similar card we're going to make, where we can use our stickers, punches, die cuts, layers to make the spring cards. This is all done with the same suite. You can see how the versatility of the suite. So I hope you enjoyed parts 1, 2, and 3 of the series so far. And will keep joining me through the month of August as I keep sharing projects in the texture or Season of Chic. There you go, Season of Chic bundle. You save 10% when you purchase the bundle along with the dies at my Stampin' Up! Store. So it's called the Season of Chic bundle. These are bigger than they appear on the front. The stamps are actually bigger than you see on the front of the package. And the dies. You saw the ones we used today, and here's a bunch of other dies that come in there. You have standalone dies and you have dies that cut out the stamped images. If you want to get the entire suite, that's an option too. When you go onto my website, you can get the entire Texture Chic suite that has the Designer Series paper and the Distress Gold with it as well. And then the Memories and More cards are sold separately. Thank you all for watching. This is the Papered Chef. We'll see you again next time.